Well, hey, welcome to a new video. Thanks for checking this out. I'm Jay from rightsprite.co.uk, and as the title mentioned in this video, this is not a personal dig of Xbox because I think the Xbox brand is pretty awesome. My personal favourite console in that brand is the 360. They delivered a lot, but with the original one I didn't really catch on because of the overshadowing of the PlayStation 2, and it just kind of looked like it just stole a lot from one of my personal favourite consoles of all time, the Sega Dreamcast. But now we could jump into 2020, and we recently found the exclusives that are coming out to the new Xbox Series X. Now, a lot of people on YouTube didn't actually enjoy much of what they presented. A lot of the games personally I saw were more in beta form or even just testing. They kind of showed you trailers of some actual cinematics but no gameplay. And with Halo looking still like a beta with trying to release for the end of this year, it is kind of questionable, and there's no actual foundation of when the rest of the games are coming out. So there's no really assurance of what you're going to be invested in, especially from the release of the Xbox Series X. Now, it has been stated that all these exclusive games that they did showcase not too long ago will be featuring on Game Pass. So you don't have to cough at £50 for these exclusives. You just sign up to Game Pass and you can download them on day one. So wait, I'm telling you to actually not join this awesome offer provided by Game Pass and accessing all these titles and these exclusives coming up for the Xbox. But hit that like button, hit that comment button, and let's get into just a few of my opinions that may and or may not help you to prepare yourself for the up and coming generation of consoles. Now, when it comes to Game Pass, your first month to join is just a whopping £1. It's probably the best deal that any game ever experienced from a gaming service. But this is just for your very first month, and then from there on it is £8. You'll be paying almost around £100 a year for the service they provide. It's a great hook to pull you in. And in some countries as well, the price can be a little bit higher, so look out for the price inflation on that. This is still amazing, as now, as I said earlier, Xbox revealed their exclusives coming like Halo and Forza that will be available on day one of release. And you have access to, of course, their library that they already provided, as it is backwards compatible. It is just awesome, as you would also pay £50 for each title, especially on launch. Sounds awesome, right? It would be stupid not to fall for this. It is really compelling to that of the casual gamer. Now, this is just my opinion, but the problem is having the freedom of access to a game. If you ever wanted to later play the same game again 4 years down the road, whenever you felt like it, like the experience you would have with a physical disc, you need to make sure your membership is intact, costing you about £400. The total length of the generation, like the last one with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it would cost you £700 just to play the same game whenever you feel like it. And you still don't actually own the rights to owning that game, just the service it provides. There's no stopping Microsoft from pulling games from the server, if say a certain game falls behind with how many plays it has. All games to be uploaded to Game Pass will have to make sure they pass the requirements to be listed on the service, giving that extra struggle to some third-party developers, most of all the independent companies. My big fear as it comes to this, as I love the gaming business, is that only 30% of the target audience are gamers, the rest are casual, where £8 a month for all access is very tempting to the ultimate digital future, creating much of a Netflix for the gaming market. But here's the problem that I have with the digital download future for the up-and-coming Xbox Series X. Let's say the new Xbox is £500, probably $499, with a 1TB hard drive. The previous Halo is around 100GB for the Xbox One. The new one is going to be open world, so that is going to be a quite bigger game. And a few months down the road, you will get some DLC, not too long from the release, I would expect. I wouldn't be too stupid to say the game will be around 200GB. So you would get around about 5 to 7, perhaps 8 at a push games from the Game Pass service. That are Xbox Series X titles. So to get good use of the service from Game Pass, you'll be set out to pay over £200 for their exclusive hard drive as they partner up with SanDisk. This is the only method to download further Xbox Series X games to your console. Now this brings up the price to £600 for access to around 11 to 14 games that you have downloaded. Then you will pay £100 to play them for a year. So all in all, if you stick to the kinda realistic price of the console, so for around £400, you will then be paying £780 to play your new Xbox with the new games for a whole year. If you ever wanted to continue to play these games whenever you felt like in 7 years, just as a guesstimation on this console generation, and having the freedom of like owning a physical disc, you will be paying £2,000, and also that is if the game is still on the Game Pass service. Again, as stated earlier, this isn't a dig at Xbox. If my wallet could say yes, I would happily jump on board and purchase one myself. I hope this has just highlighted some concerning issues that may help you. So personally, I never actually owned an Xbox One or even the laser 4K models, so you must be thinking, why on earth would you be trusting the guy's opinion who's never actually experienced what the Game Pass service is? Now in this generation, I jumped straight to PlayStation 4 because of how originally the Xbox One was delivered to us. Now personally, I do love and support the physical media, that's how I've always gone. Now if we all jumped on board with this Game Pass service, with streaming and just downloading what their service provides, will we actually be losing the rights and the games that we actually own for ourselves physically? And also we'll be losing a lot of stores and retail markets that provide us a great service. So the digital age does scare me a bit, so I do hope that you guys agree with me with actually purchasing the digital goods. So if you guys like this video, I know it's a bit of a touchy subject, but hit that button if you want to help and support this channel, click subscribe, leave your comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.